The army says its troops have rescued 16 abductees from the Tantatu community in the Kajuru area of Kaduna State. They were among the nearly 100 people, including women and children, kidnapped in 2 weekend attacks in the state. The troops responded to a tip-off on Sunday night, tracked the bandits and engaged in a fierce gun battle to secure the victims' release. That's according to the statement by the army. The soldiers continue to comb through the forests for other victims as search and rescue operations continue. Well, Nigeria has seen a recent surge in kidnappings, stoking fears of rising insecurity. The latest incident occurred in Kajuru Station village on Sunday night, where a search and rescue operation has begun. In Dogonoma, another community in Kajuru area, gunmen captured 16 people from their homes on Saturday night. Kidnappers are known to force march their victims deep into the forest, keeping them for months while awaiting ransom payments. Mass abductions have been a major security challenge in the northern regions for almost a decade. Jihadist group Boko Haram carried out the first mass kidnappings at a school in 2014 in Chibok in Borno State, snatching more than 200 girls. The last mass kidnappings from a school was in July 2021, until less than 2 weeks ago, when nearly 300 school children were abducted in Kaduna State. Over 1,400 students have been kidnapped for ransom by armed gangs targeting schools since 2014. Well, let's cross over now to Ajek Mangut. She's in Abuja for us, joining us there live. Ajek, some relief there for the affected families, though. But what more can you tell us about the rescue operation?
Yes, indeed, Beatrice. The army says that its troops have rescued about 16 people that were kidnapped from Kajuru in Kaduna State, northwest of the country. We do understand that they are part of the more than 80 people that were kidnapped from the state late on Sunday. The army said that the operation was a part of a tip-off for intelligence reports when it deployed troops to the community following the attack on Sunday. And we understand that the army and the abductors engaged in a gun battle, and then they were able to rescue those 16. And it's also coming just barely 24 hours after a meeting between the governor of Kaduna State and the chief of defense staff, and both of them have assured that the security personnel in the country are working to ensure that they rescue the kidnapped victims, not just of Sunday's incident, but others that have been kidnapped in the state in the last week or so. Among them is the nearly 300 students that were kidnapped from their school in Kaduna State. We understand that a rescue operation is ongoing to ensure that they are reunited with their families, and the government is assuring that they would be able to rescue those that have been abducted as soon as possible.
And Ajek, how are families reacting to the news, and what more is the government doing?
Yes, indeed. It's a moment of relief for the families of those who have been rescued, because they get to reunite with their loved ones. But at the same time, it has sort of heightened calls for those whose loved ones are still in captivity, particularly the parents and families of the students that have been kidnapped in Kaduna State over a week ago. They're calling on the government to act fast in ensuring that they rescued, and that's because the kidnappers have threatened to kill them unless a ransom of over $600,000 is being paid within 20 days, and the days are already counting, and so they're worried that the government needs to act fast so that the abductors would not act on their threats. But the military has assured that it is combing the forests within the community where these students and other kidnapped victims were taken into, and the government and the military are assuring that with the operation going on in that area, that those who have been kidnapped, not just the students, but other community people there, would be rescued and brought back. President Bola Tinubu has warned the military that it should ensure that it rescues all kidnapped victims across the country without paying any form of ransom. And so the military is assuring that it is carrying out operations within the forests of Kajuru and other communities in Kaduna State to ensure that it rescues more of the hostages that are being kept by their abductors.